Mr. Paul Jones, you are being questioned as a possible suspect in the murder
Wait, what? Am I a suspect?
of your late wife, Mrs. Susan Elizabeth Jones. Where were you last night at the time of the murder?
I was in the garage with my neighbour.
Mr. Mark Taylor, you were here in relation to the murder of Mrs. Susan Elizabeth Jones. Were you with Mr. Jones last night?
Yeah, I was with Paul in the garage working all night.
And did you leave the garage or do anything else during that night, Mr. Taylor?
No, as I said, we were in the garage all night.
My wife was supposed to be out with her friends. I didn't expect her to be back early.
Did you get angry at all then, when she came home early?
I didn't even know she was back until when I saw her.
Well, that's interesting, because we have a statement from your wife, Mr. Taylor. She saw you crossing the lawn and go into your house at about 2 a.m. last night.
Well, yeah, I went back to get a few beers, that's all.
Whoa. Excuse me? You told me you didn't leave the garage.
Well, it was a couple of minutes, I didn't think it would matter.
When did you find your wife, Mr. Jones?
When I went to bed around 5 a.m, I was just so... I called the police immediately.
And you didn't think to check if she was dead?
I didn't know what to do. I just called the police and then ran over to my neighbour Mark's house.
Now, in that time you were gone, Mr. Jones could have gone into his house, murdered his wife, and then returned, acting as though nothing had happened. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, are you implying that Paul killed Susan? But that's ridiculous. They were just great together.
What about the affair, Mr. Taylor? Your wife saw the lights come on in Mr. and Mrs. Jones' bedroom, followed by loads of shouting. Odd hours too. She suspects you having an affair. We found your hair on the bed sheets.
You do know that it's my bed too, right?
But we also found the DNA of another man. Did you know your wife was having an affair?
My wife. An affair.
Do you recognise this, Mr. Taylor?
Yeah, it was a gift from me and my wife. We gave it to them about a week ago.
Yeah. Because that's also the murder weapon. And your fingerprints are all over it.
The last time I was there was 3 days ago.
Well, of course my fingerprints would be on the vase. It's my house. I didn't realise it was a crime for me to touch my own possessions. I only cleaned the thing 2 days ago.
Stop lying, Mr. Taylor. Mr. Jones claims that the vase was cleaned 2 days ago, meaning you would have to have been in the room after that. Your wife claims that she saw the lights come on in Mr. and Mrs. Jones' bedroom, followed by loads of shouting shortly after. Now this was right before you allegedly went home to get beer. So, what happened, Mr. Taylor? Did Mrs. Jones threaten to reveal your secret? Did you get cold feet? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you just regretted the whole affair? Answer me, Mr. Taylor!
We were caught in the act. I tried to stop him, but I couldn't get to him. It was already too late.
Who, Mr. Taylor? Who did you try and stop?
Paul.
So you're telling me that Paul Jones killed his own wife after catching her cheating with you?
No. She caught Paul cheating with me.